we've got a Manchester United fan, George from Bexley Heath, who says, by the way, I was born in Old Trafford. He says, I'm a Man United fan. I'm okay with where we are at the minute, as we are in a better league position than we were last season. George, I've got bad news for you. You had 6 points from 4 games last season. You've got 4 points from 4 games so far this season. But as far as Manchester City are concerned, of course, it was a job well done in the derby, who did one of Manchester's favourite sons proud.
And the whole stadium takes their feet as we pay our respect to the one and only, the hitman, Ricky Hatton.
It was so emotional, so special, and I'm pretty sure it will not be forgotten.
Such a down-to-earth person, lovely guy, massive City fan as well. So
Phil Foden wants to play in these games. He's from the area, he obviously loves Manchester City, and this is a big occasion for him.
And it's Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Phil Foden has scored in the derby for the 7th time.
It meant a lot to me, obviously, to get back on the score sheet, but first of all, to start a game as well.
As Erling Haaland goes through, and he scores through the legs of Altay.
This system just doesn't work for Man United. Oh my goodness.
Haaland's in again. He's raced in behind Harry Maguire, and he's slotted it into the far corner.
I don't see the system as you guys see the system, so I will try to do my thing.
Tell you what, it's going to be a great game at Arsenal next weekend. 3-0 City.
See the faces of our fans after the game, how happy they were, and you forget a little bit the tough moments.
The man who went from a humble carpet fitter to world championship winning boxer, and will be sadly missed in these parts.
Made sure that I tried my best for him today. I really want to get the win for him and his family, so from everyone here at the club, our heart goes out for him.
Yes, the tribute to Ricky Hatton, followed by a rampant Manchester City victory at the Etihad. Phil Foden's header and an Erling Haaland double, bringing joy to them. By the way, Erling Haaland against Harry Maguire in a foot race was a no contest, wasn't it? Yeah, it really was. Pep's side up to 8th. Trip to Arsenal next weekend. Of course, they have a Champions League game against Napoli before that. That's on Thursday night. For United, just 4 points from that first 4 matches. Former Premier League boss Alan Pardew's had his say on Ruben Amorim's future. He doesn't think sacking him would solve much.
I think the inexperience is costing him a little bit. I think he's trapped in that Sporting Lisbon success. Do you know what I mean? It brought me success. This is how I'm going to implement this here. And it's such a big club, such a huge environment for a manager. And he was saying today how different his job is to Pep's, for example, in terms of profile. It is just all encompassing in terms of the media. So I just think he needs a technical director to sort of nudge him a little bit. Rather than sack him, say, Amorim, look, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to get your head around it a little bit. That Sporting Lisbon model isn't going to work here with these players.
Is Alan Pardew right? Let's hear from you, United fans. Steve is a United fan. Morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Ali. Good morning, lads.
Yeah, so what do you make of what's going on?
Colin from miserable Ireland. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with what's going on at the moment, right? Like, I can't comprehend like what's happening. Everybody's like, give him a chance, and like everywhere you turn, United fans are blaming the players. But at what point do you stop and say the guy has spent over £200 million? He's brought in a new front three. He didn't play Sesko in the first 2 or 3 games. Came on as a sub, and then yesterday, we go to the Etihad, and like I think Roy Keane touched on it on Sky Sports, and he said like there wasn't even a yellow card in that game yesterday. We've had something like 8 wins, I think, in the league since he joined, and 4 of those have been against promoted teams, and we've had 1 open goal out of 6 in 6 hours of football. Like, that is absolutely bonkers. Like, seriously, at what point do you go, like, as a manager, like, if you were running a business and sales were tanking, you're a manager of a shop, and they tell you that you need to start changing tactics, and he says, no, I'm going to keep doing this. At what point do you turn around and say, okay, there's a problem here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, the money he spent, you take the point, but, you know, he spent money on Cunha, who will probably turn out to be a success, and Bumo, who looks like he will definitely be a success. Sesko, the jury is out there. Does he not just need more windows, more transfer windows, to give him the chance to bring in more of his type of players?
I wouldn't give him any more money. We made the same mistake with Erik ten Hag, and like even yesterday, I noticed that there was a slight difference in play of us with Ahmed playing out on the left and you had Mazraoui playing on the right, and Buemo had a little bit more freedom. But what happens when Diogo Dalot comes back? He's going to play him, because he seems to love that guy for some reason. I think you speak to 90% of the fan base that they don't rate him at all. And when Ahmed is playing out on the right, him and Buemo are just getting in the way of each other. So,
what do you think? I was just going to say, Steve, sorry, what do you think, Stephen? I'm tending to siding with Jeff in the argument. I think he's been given a time in this window, and I think he's changed his forward line. I think there's grounds for optimism there. But I still think, Steve, you're a little bit one-paced, certainly in midfield. And I'd be a bit concerned at the back at this moment in time. So what you're saying is you don't think he should be given the time to allow himself to change those areas as well?
If I'm being honest, Ali, no, right? And you said it there a second ago, right? The biggest thing is we needed a midfielder in the summer transfer window, right? And we chased after Baliba, and we're going to offer 100 million plus is what Brighton wanted, right? And whatever about, the inflictions that Rasmus Højlund has in front of goal, the guy went away and scored a goal on Saturday evening for Napoli. He scored for Denmark during the week, right? We went away and spent, the bones of 70 million pounds on Šeško when we needed a midfielder. We didn't need a striker. We already had a young, prospect striker. Why would we go and sign another one? And it's just a vicious cycle. And he binned Højlund for the same thing. So, in reality, it's his own undoing at the same time. We went away and signed Lamens. Jury's out on that guy. We don't know anything about him, apart from watching YouTube videos. And then you look at Donnarumma. Donnarumma was unbelievable yesterday for Man City.
Yeah.
Commanded the area, and we probably would have got him for the same amount of money.
Interesting contrast in the approach of the two sides. Steve, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Steve.
Lewis is a United fan. Morning, Lewis.
Yeah, morning, boys. Jeff, you probably don't remember, but I rang up and spoke to you after we lost the Arsenal game. And you said, and Angelina Kelly, I hope she's listening as well, that I was being negative, that, I was criticising United and the manager and the state of play with the team. And you were like, it's only one game, just relax and all this. What's been happening since, Jeff?
Yeah, well, you tell me.
So far, am I being negative after yesterday and how the season's going?
Well, I don't. You tell us if you are being negative then.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was right with all the points I raised, and as I said, Bruno, when I spoke to you, he's wasted in the midfield. This might as well have sold him if he's going to play him so far deep. We should have sold him, in my opinion. Yeah, forget the stats. Because Angelina said, he's been our best player for the last 5 years. Yeah, he may well have been, but going forward, we could have got 100 million from him, and he invested in a top midfielder. We should have bought an experienced goalkeeper. We've gone for some inexperienced keeper, right? Why didn't we get Donnarumma or Martinez? We've got a striker who's just not getting any service. The lack of the midfield is going to really hurt us. We're out the League Cup. We've got no European football to look forward to. We were lucky it wasn't 5-0 yesterday. They missed 2 sitters on top of the 3 goals they scored. Jeff, it's a disaster. I wasn't being negative. This is a continuation on from last season, as I said to you. Amorim is clueless, right? And he said to Alex Crook, I disagree with you about Bruno playing so far deep. Well, we disagree. I mean, everyone can see he's wasted there, but he has to play him there to then allow, free up the number 10 spot for the other players. And an ironic thing, we weren't scoring goals last season. We've strengthened up top, and then our top goal scorer in the league is still own goal. So nothing's improved in that's the area. It's only going to get worse, Jeff, and we're lucky we're not in the relegation zone. If we didn't score that last penalty against Burnley, which is our only win this season in all competitions, we would be on 2 points in the relegation zone. And if we lose to Chelsea at the weekend, which I expect us to do so, we will be in the relegation zone if the other results go against us.
Lewis.
So Amorim has got to go. Just get rid of him. He's the worst start in the league since 1992-93 season. He hasn't won 2 games in a row yet, right? How many more stats you want me to come out with?
That's enough, mate. That's enough.
well done, mate.
Lewis,
do you know what that was?
Thank you very much, mate.
Cool and composed rant from Lewis there.
It was. You know, when it comes to the goalkeeper in particular, I can't disagree. Disagree. When Emi Martinez was waiting to go there. Look, Senny Lammons might turn out to be a fantastic goalkeeper. I don't know, but you want somebody who can go in straight away. And, you know, and look, the keeper wasn't to blame. Yeah, like Donnarumma or Martinez. But I mean, the keeper wasn't to blame yesterday. That is for sure. But I do completely take Lewis's point. Just quickly, Andy from Coventry says, football managing is a job. If you were stacking tins of beans upside down, your manager would correct you and tell you to do it differently. Amorim needs to take advice, be versatile, and make the changes.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.